I am talking about
confirmation of what?
it looks like Governor Tim Walz will be the VP pick.
Tim Walz will be the
VP
VP for Kamala.
Kamala
Harris has her running mate.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, why wouldn't it be a running mate?
Yeah, they're going to run together.
They're going to run together.
Some folks saying that's a safe pick for her.
Well, I don't want to get into all the meat of what we're going to discuss right now, but I'm glad for the confirmation.
Yeah.
I do like the term safe pick.
Yes.
I do like the term safe pick. That's a good term.
Yeah.
That's a good term.
Yeah.
What's been going on in your world?
Oh, my goodness. Stepping in. I just left a meeting, though, which was very interesting, and I don't have all the details on it. I'm learning more as they go. And, as I get information, I share information.
All right.
So there are some changes that are happening within the Medicare landscape.
Okay. We'll talk about that.
We won't get into the details, but changes enough to where people should be contacting their agent to discuss those changes.
All right.
Big changes.
So after the announcements today, we're going to just mention changes in the Medicare landscape. And, of course, we're probably going to need some consulting. So who can we call?
Oh, you know that you can always call me Stacy Cole, Alchemy Business Consulting, at 615-809-1615. Again, that's 615-809-1615.
Wonderful. So we have confirmation, we have consulting, we have the changes being made. What else has been going on in the real world? I know you've been wanting to talk about where I've been, and I will give some communication. I don't mind. I've enjoyed what I've done, but I think next year, the month of July is all yours. So we can go on and just pre-plan with July, what that'll look like.
Look, it has been spoken, I received this message in the month of July.
Oh, I'm going to be, I need to do some traveling and have traveled. Where was I last month?
Don't give me the line.
Florida, Birmingham, Montgomery, Birmingham, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But I'm trying to get to Chicago. What happens in Chicago in the summertime?
What I would tell you to get to Chicago before the wintertime.
I'm not going there. The Lord is not coming back. Anybody who's saved in Chicago is already praying for a return of Jesus in the summer. We already say that.
You go to Chicago in the summertime. Now, it's beautiful in the winter, but it's cold. It's great.
I don't do cold.
Yeah,
not that. I don't do that cold.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold.
It comes off that lake. That wind.
That lake effect cut through you.
Yeah, it cuts.
So hot cereal means something.
It really does. Mm-hmm. Hot cereal?
Hot cereal, yeah.
Literally means something.
It means something in the winter.
Wow.
Yeah, you want to have some oatmeal and some cream of wheat.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, listen, y'all, this show is brought to you by Walker's Cafe and Grill, 109 Ewan Drive from 12 to 5. This show is brought to you by the Ephesian Primitive Baptist Church, 1506 22nd Avenue North, Nashville, Tennessee. This show is brought to you by Forever Zion. That's www.foreverzion.com. This show is brought to you by Trifold Outreach Ministries. That's Trifold Outreach Ministries. It meets in Zoom now. I do have a physical address. And then this show is brought to you by Alchemy Business Consultant with yours truly, Chief Energy Officer.
Chief Energy Officer today. We're getting nothing but positive vibes today. Positive vibes only. Yeah.
Okay, positive vibes all day. And how can we reach Alchemy Business Consulting?
Oh, yes. You can reach me at 615-809-1615. And that's 615-809-1615. Call or text me. I'm in a giving spirit. I'm about to head to New York City next week.
So you won't be here next week?
I will not be here. Well, Monday, Tuesday, I might still be able to do the show on Tuesday. But on Wednesday, I'm headed out of here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm spending a couple of weeks with my baby girl, who's not such a baby.
Hey, rock-a-bye baby in the treetop. Window wind blows, a cradle will rock. Mm-hmm. And I forgot the rest of the song. I don't forgot it. But anyway, New York, Chicago, Tennessee.
New York, Chicago, Tennessee.
That's your triangle.
It is. Yeah. Some call it my stomping grounds. I love all three of the places. I'm learning to love Tennessee more. I think I need to get closer to nature. And that's where Tennessee is giving me that space.
Okay.
I'm a big city girl.
Yeah, I got to get you country. I got to have you this country. Earlier, and we're ready to get into this marvelous show again, brought to you by Alchemy Business Consulting. You got
615-809-1615. And again, I think a couple months ago I said that I was giving some very needs analysis, complimentary.
Needs analysis?
Yes, financial needs analysis.
Okay. Talk to me.
Yep. So what that basically is I will, as your consultant, come over to your business or sit down with you one-on-one to take a look at your financial landscape, take a look at where your employees are performing. I can set up a financial literacy workshop for your business or your church or your organization to help people understand how to spend their money
wisely.
Okay,
because money has to be spent.
It does.
It has to be saved / invested, and it has to be spent.
Yeah.
Money is made to be spent. Somebody told me that.
Yeah,
it's made. You're going to spend it. Wonderful. Earlier in the show, or our pre-show, we were talking about the relational equity in the African American community. And it's interesting that to have our first African American female candidate who has a great chance of literally defeating the other nominee. Can I say it that way?
You can say it, absolutely.
There's some other things that we really have to work on. And it would be very disheartening for the other nominee to have to lose to me, to a minority. I'm just going to say that, and I'm done.
It'll be disheartening?
For him.
For him. Okay, yeah.
The culture.
It's going to hurt his feelings.
Yeah, big time bad. But anyway, we were talking about the relational equity. And I'm disheartened.
Okay.
Because there are some brothers out there that are vehemently against our beloved sister.
Yeah.
And I showed you this funny thing on TikTok, which is the whole time. The internet is undefeated.
It is.
And the internet is unforgiving. Oh, my God. Like, how do you navigate through that? So talk to me as a female about the relational equity that is seemingly, what's the word? It's in a downward spiral. It's digressing.
It's interesting that you bring this topic up because I feel like it was on the show, but maybe it was a private conversation where I was talking about the rhetoric around African American women and black women in general has been on a downward spiral, where there has been really a highlight of negative communication about women overall. And I'm talking about black women. And so the rhetoric that you're talking about with these two gentlemen, the name calling, the bullying, the unconventional negative conversations as it relates to black women, this has been going on for a while. It is only now being highlighted because it is being on the news, and we have a black woman, a biracial black woman, that is running for president, which I believe makes people scared.
And let me say this. Hear me before you attack.
I don't have that in me. Chief Positive Energy Officer.
The image that's portrayed around the African American female is very aggressive.
Yes.
So for those individuals who do not understand all of the complexities of being female and have an ebony tone, they don't get it.
Yeah.
They just don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't get it. And this just didn't happen. I mean, and this is just life. For me to interpret art, and I'm probably terrible at it, but every picture of Harriet Tubman that I see, I never see a peaceful face. Like when I see those old pictures, she never looked. She looked like she's about to give it to somebody.
She is.
Like for real.
She is.
I mean, like she about to give it.
Yeah.
Like those pictures throughout the centuries have always painted the ebonied female as aggressive and angry. And if you're not careful, you would say somewhat vindictive. That's just from my lens. And I could be totally wrong, but I'm telling you, if I wasn't who I was and had the foundation that I have.
Right.
And then you can move up to the 60s with all the race riots and all of those things. And then you put the pictures on there of the Black Party, the Black Panther movement and all of that. And just the energy that was displayed in that era. So when you put another face up that reflects that face, you just default to just, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's my take. Now you might have a different take and say, well, I totally agree, Pastor, Doctor, and you can call me by my boy name if you like, but I'm just saying.
What name is that?
Okay. But I'm just saying. Yeah. So I'm giving you that.
Yeah.
If I wasn't who I was.
Yeah. I think, and I don't have to be angry about that conversation. I'm a Black woman. Can often be very animated and assertive. I like the term assertive, not aggressive, because unless it's given to a man, aggressive can be a negative terminology for a woman. And I'm not just saying a Black woman, but women in general. You don't want us to be aggressive. However, when we're looking, history teacher, that's what I'm gonna call you, history teacher.
I love history.
Okay, because that's your thing. You're a history guy. So if you think, you spoke of Harriet Tubman, but think about what Harriet Tubman had to do and what she was doing at the time.
Okay.
Did you want a passive woman?
Jean Cleaver? Of course
Did
not.
you want her to get the slaves?
The Brady Bunch mama? Oh, no.
No, you needed somebody that was ready and able and willing
to be assertive
and get the job done. Okay. Right? But can't we exist as both things? Can I be assertive and soft at the same time?
Could you ask that again?
Can I be assertive and soft at the same time?
You possibly could, if you want me to answer that. Or is that rhetorical?
No. I want you to answer it. Can a woman, because historically Black women are aggressive, right? But can she get the job done and be soft as well?
She can. I live with several women who were both.
They were both.
So that's why I said the foundation that I had.
Right. So my point in that is, yes, when there's a need to get things done, we have to put on that armor. And so what you see publicly is the armor of getting things done. And that is a necessity. It's a necessity to get things done and have a bit of, as you say, aggressiveness. But historically, the Black woman has the need to step into the forefront because, and this is too much history, back in the 70s, the Black man, the jobs were removed from the cities. And the men had to leave the household. So when the men had to leave the household, the Black woman had to step in and step up. And so for years now, since the early 70s, when that happened, because when you think about the civil rights movement, you see two-parent households. You don't not see two-parent households. You see two-parent households, and then it ends abruptly because the lack of jobs, men had to leave the home in order to go and get the jobs, which required the women to step up. So now I have to step up. I have to raise my kids. I have to take care of the household, but there's no man there. So it's a necessity for her to put on the armor of aggressiveness or assertiveness, as you say, in order to lead first. And over years, decades of this, now you see a strong Black woman, and the first thing that you think is, oh, she's angry. But she's not. She's taking care of business. But I bet you if you speak nice to her, and talk soft to her, be gentle with her.
Hello, Stacey.
Hello, you're going to see the soft woman. I mean, come on. Hello. This is a very passionate topic for me. I love us as a people, but I love black women as well because I am one.
Okay. So, you have given me this chronological sequence of the evolution of the black woman as we have seen it from pre-Civil War, Civil War, post-Civil War, Reconstruction, Civil Rights, 70s, 2024. We have a black woman who's now the candidate for the Democratic Convention to become the president of the United States of America.
Yes.
We here.
Yeah. So what's
I never thought I would see it.
I never thought I would see it as well. But here's what I want to say. So there was a time if you were 2%, what?
Us.
If you were 2% black, you black, right?
Right.
So there's this controversy about her being Asian and black, but she can because we can both be soft and hard at the same time, right? Okay. I can be a woman and assertive and soft at the same time. So she can be black and Asian at the same time.
Okay.
But 2% say that she what?
Right.
She's black.
Yeah. And it's changing.
It's changing. I think it's still in the law books. Show me where it's not in there.
I've never seen it actually in a law book because I'm afraid to even open it up.
You're afraid? Don't be afraid. Look at it,
history teacher. I don't want to
look
at that.
You should look at it.
Why should I look at that?
Because you're a history teacher.
I don't want to. That emotion, I think I'm ready to experience
I'll hold your hand.
You will?
Yeah. But go look at it.
The assertive you or the soft you?
The soft me.
Okay. I'm just saying. So they're back to the relational equity piece. We have two brothers. We won't call their names, but they are all over social media. And they are vehemently standing against her and sold in and out to the Republican nominee. How are you processing that?
I'm not, because there's a saying: all skin folk ain't kin folk.
Oh,
okay. So they're not even of us. I don't even know what you're talking about. No, what you talking about? No.
And the scripture says, if they would have been of us, they would have stayed or remained. So there's a scripture
that
too. But I'm with you. I'm not giving it energy, but I love to laugh, and I need to laugh sometimes. And with this political upheaval, I need jokes and gestures just to keep me in balance and in harmony.
Oh, for sure. Chief Energy Officer.
With my Chief Energy Officer. You were raised under, I can't never get her name, the cornrows, Sarah Mosley?
Carol Mosley Brown.
Carol. I don't know why I want to call her Sarah.
I don't know. That's because you're thinking about, I speak often about Shirley Chisholm.
Okay.
And if you haven't seen the movie.
What's the movie?
It's called Shirley.
Yes.
It will bring you just to give a little timeline. So the day before.
Your emotion just shifted. Did you know that?
I'm sure. I am sure. Because this gets me excited.
Like your whole
the empowerment of black women gives me chills on the inside.
Okay.
Because there's so much power that runs through our community. The uplifting, the bringing it back, making it whole. I strongly believe will be the connection and the symbiotic relationship of us getting back together as a black community. That is just what I believe.
That rests in who again? Excuse me.
Black women. So much to say.
That's okay.
It's black women. But Shirley Chisholm, before.
But you do realize, I mean, let's just be honest, and I don't want to use this parallel. In the animal kingdom, and we're animals to some degree, the women, the lioness, she literally runs the jungle. Yeah. Let's be honest. The woman, the female chimpanzee, she has a very integral role in the order and operation of the clan. Like, you study that, you see that. For some apparent reason, feminine energy, femininity, the female, the woman, plays a major role in the mood of the pride and everything.
Yeah.
And then the queen bee, right? Let's be honest. I mean, everything centers around her.
Yeah.
So when you talk
about a true beehive,
yeah, right. I'm sorry, yeah. Please specify,
right.
Because y'all
we're talking about an insect.
Yeah, an insect. You're right. So when you talk about bringing us back, that emotional security, I think spiritually lies with a female. Even Jesus could not have gotten here without a female. So when God was ready to come, he came through, once again, using feminine energy. So I'm excited. I'm excited. But I know your whole energy, and we only have like 5 through 4 minutes. But your whole energy shifted when we were talking about the movie Shirley, which I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And you want us to go see the movie Shirley? You
can. It's on streaming services right now. But I follow Shirley Chisholm as closely. I grew up in a single parent household, and I've said this before. So, and they're poor on the south side of Chicago. So there wasn't a whole lot of role models out there. So you'll hear me speak openly about people like Shirley Chisholm. She ran for president. You'll hear me speak about Marian Anderson, a black opera singer. You will hear me speak of these women that came before me because they allowed me, they blazed the path for me to sit here. They blazed the path for Kamala to run. They blazed the path for us to be here in these positions because they took some whips and beatings back then for us. So I have to stand proud in my black wonderfulness of a woman.
Your wonderfulness.
Yes.
And you are wonderful. All women are wonderful.
We are.
We salute all of our queens today, and we're excited.
And I would encourage every man today to walk up to a queen black woman and say, girl, you got this.
Okay.
No, just randomly. I don't even care if you know them. You don't have to know them. Just call them and say, yeah, I salute you.
Okay. And that goes back to the relational equity that we were talking about earlier, which has a downward spiral.
Yeah, we can lift it up, though.
We're
can change
things
around.
We're going to lift it up.
Yeah, we can change things around.
Cool. We're going to lift it up. I think we can lift it up. It can be lifted up. She just chose a running mate.
She did.
I don't follow a lot of politicians outside of the South for some reason. Let me say this. Coming from Chicago and New York, I think y'all, because it's the hotbed of America, those are two of America's, cities. I think y'all's political consciousness is at the forefront, I think. You have Jesse Jackson, Rainbow.
Yeah.
Just so much stuff has come out of Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago's always in the
thick of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm like, okay, I don't know who he is in the sense of who he is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to do my homework. But I'm going to go on record today and say she has my vote. Twice. If I could vote twice. She has my vote. I know you're going to, of course, second my emotion.
Now don't tell my business.
See, that's that. That's
I'm
that. That's
not telling my business.
That. I know you're not telling it. You're not going to tell it. But I will.
It's definitely implied.
It's implied.
Yeah.
I will encourage individuals to look at your voter registration card.
That's right.
And make sure that you are voting in the right place.
Yes.
And all of those things, because that's what happened the last time.
Yeah.
And I know there's a group of individuals there to thwart a similar experience from 4 years ago. So, y'all, I'm out of time, but never out of talk. When are we going to get to the bounce back?
Oh, my goodness. I had my very first episode a couple of weeks ago. I just have to post it.
What?
You were traveling, sir. We didn't get to that.
What? See,
we
were doing good with relational equity. But now I feel that did it
hurt your feelings?
That is a blow.
Oh, that's all right.
Achilles.
That's all right. You can come on. What I did. I haven't posted it yet.
Okay.
With a phenomenal woman, Kendra Ellison.
Okay.
The Petty therapist.
Okay.
Pedi, and she does medicinal pedicures, waterless pedicures for people that have diabetes that can't stick their feet into water.
Okay. Well, we need to get with her.
Yes.
And how do we reach her? Can you give her information?
My goodness, I
don't worry about it. We'll do it next week. Hey, y'all, we're out of time, but not out of talk. It's been the Yak, the Yolanda and Cornelius show with Lady Stacy and Alchemy Business Consulting. Get ready for the Christian Business Connection with your host, Ronald Jasmine. Until next week, peace and blessings.